currently about $90,000 in debt. I've also taken about $32,000 out of my 401k.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we have a crazy story of a grandmother that cannot stop gambling, and she has lost pretty much $100,000 and is currently massively in debt because of this gambling that she cannot stop. So let's see if Dr. Phil can offer her any help today. But without further ado, let's just meet this woman and hear her story, shall we?
Probably 6 or more loan companies I owe, 15 credit cards, pawned my jewelry and my purses.
Okay, so that was crazy enough, right? She has 15 credit cards. I don't even know how you can keep getting approved after like your 5th or 6th one, to be honest. Like, maybe I'm just not adulting right, and you know, the American way is to just live your life in debt, but I already feel way over my head with just like 2 credit cards. That's enough for me. I'm stopping there. And she has pawned her jewelry to continue this habit. That's how you know she's in deep.
I have hid the fact that I withdrew so much out of my 401k from my family and my children.
And here's the saddest part. She is currently $90,000 in debt, and she has taken a large chunk out of her 401k, which for you younger viewers out there who don't quite know what that is, that's your fund for your retirement. Not that our generation is really going to be able to retire, but hers is, and it looks like she's not going to have a very comfortable retirement if she keeps taking out money to freaking gamble with it.
First off, tell me, how do I become a VIP?
You have to spend a lot of money.
I have to go spend a lot of money at the casino, and that means lose a lot of money, right?
So Dr. Phil starts off the conversation with her, asking her how he becomes a VIP. I know what he's bringing up with this. He's gonna see the actual value of her VIP membership to this casino that she keeps talking about. She brought that up in her testimonial video, or whatever those are called, and she basically explains that she has gambled so much at this local tribal casino next to her that she also works at, which is, I'll get into that later. That's a whole nother layer to this onion. But she has spent so much money there that she is a VIP. So let's hear what that gets you.
I have my own parking pass to park up front, the like 5-tier box of Godiva chocolates.
So you get a special parking spot up front at this normal casino. Look, I have tribal casinos near me where I live, and they're busy sometimes, but you're really needing to spend that much money to where you're VIP and you park close. Like, you can just walk another 40 steps. But oh, I was wrong. They also give you Godiva chocolates or Godiva. Either way, those are super expensive, but still, she is not quite getting the value out of her $90,000 in debt worth of gambling that she's done. Yo, really quick, you guys, there is a large chunk of you that watch my videos that are not subscribed. I really don't know what's up with that, but if you're enjoying the videos and you have a second, drop down below the video and hit subscribe. You might even want to hit that bell as well if you want to stay up to date on my uploads, but I really appreciate it. Anyways, back into the video.
You said that you're $90,000 in debt, taking $32,000 out of your 401k. How much do Godiva chocolates cost?
Not that much.
That's a good question. Pretty much what I just brought up there. She's acting like this VIP treatment that she gets is so worth it to be living this lifestyle where she's basically making money by working at the casino and then turns around and spends it all. She's pretty much offering them her entire life because she spends her time working, and then as soon as she clocks off, she goes and hits the ATM so she can play some slots in order to lose the money that she just made by working, if not much more. It's a sad cycle, to be honest.
You gave them $132,000 and you got a box of chocolates. What's your payoff for this? Tell me about the high part of this.
Well, I can tell you right now what her payoff is. It's that feeling of finally hitting a jackpot. Look, she can be $90,000 in debt, but as soon as she sees, oh my God, these bells are going off and I just hit $1,000 jackpot, she gets that invigorating feeling in her body, and it re-excites her to keep gambling because she thinks, oh, I'm gonna do this again and make all my money back. That's why everyone gambles. It's just a way to escape, you know, your average life, and it's a vice that a lot of people fall victim to, and it's hard to get out of. Clearly, she wants to not be in $130,000 debt, but it looks like she got herself there because she wants to gamble so much.
And you say you stay at the casino sometimes for like 12, 24 hours. You'll be there a long time, right? So that's your escape.
Wow, and that's another piece you have to think of. She's spending her entire life here pretty much. I mean, you're working full time, and then the time where you're not working, you fill up your free time by gambling. It's a way for her to escape her daily life. I'm sure she does not like being in this cycle, and she is actually living at her child's home in a spare room because she is that much in debt she can't have her own home. So I'm sure you're not wanting to be home a lot after realizing that you're living in a little room at your kid's house. So I'm sure that is an easy escape for her, and that's why she's spending these 24-hour sessions at the casino, which is just mind-blowing.
You're going to a casino and gambling as a way to deal with the pain. You've been doing this long enough to know that does not work.
And Dr. Phil here is explaining to her something that I'm sure she already knew. I mean, if you're conscious of the situation enough to be on the show, you know that you are doing this gambling in order to escape from something. And she doesn't really get into details, but she says she's had a few very toxic relationships in her past, and I'm sure hard times in her life. And that vice is the way out. That's how she escapes that mental prison that she's in, is by going and hitting the slot machines. And it really, I gotta hit on this again, it doesn't help that her job is working at this casino. So she's doing her job, and the entire time, I'm sure she's witnessing these people getting these giant jackpots, or what she considers giant, you know, like thousands of dollars. You have no idea how much those people are in debt either, by the way. But she sees that and she's like, oh, after I clock off, I'm gonna go do the same thing. Time to make some money. Or she doesn't see anyone win and she's like, oh my gosh, these machines are so ready. No one's hit a jackpot all day. This is gonna be me. Like, it's just a constant vicious cycle that she's in. And she is doing this to escape something, but she needs to find another thing to occupy her time and her brain so that she can have a healthier way of coping with this pain in her life.
That's why I don't call my therapist when my car won't start. And gambling's not going to fix your pain. It just doesn't work that way.
And here Dr. Phil's trying to explain that that is not the correct way to fill that void in your life. There's other hobbies that are so much more just healthy for you to be doing and healthy for your bank account, to where you're not trapped in this cycle of just losing money and being sad over it. I'm sure that depression makes her want to gamble more because she thinks that's the only way to get out of this debt. But really what she needs to do is find someone that she can talk to about this and get some actual help with her psychological side of things, because that is the root of this entire problem.
You've gotten into a habitual pattern, and you're subject to what in psychology we call intermittent reinforcement schedule.
So really quick, Dr. Phil brings up some big words here, but he brings up this idea of intermittent reinforcement, which is a psychological thing where basically you are playing these machines and yeah, you might not get a win, but you get wins sometimes. And those sometimes are what makes you keep playing. And that's why she has been trapped in this, because she has had some nights where she claims she has won $20,000. Imagine winning a pretty nice, you know, used or brand new car for a night of gambling. That is exciting. And of course, she's gonna want to go back for more. But when you realize that she's made 20K some nights, but overall is 130K in debt, you kind of realize just how stupid of a hobby this really is. But those little crumbs she keeps getting from these wins is what keeps her hooked.
Your brain has been affected. The pleasure centers and the pleasure pathways in your brain light up when you're gambling.
And basically this lady's whole way of thinking has been restructured because of this addiction to gambling. She doesn't find any satisfaction, and she doesn't really produce serotonin in her brain for long-term happiness, because the only way she gets that dopamine rush and that bit of serotonin is from this gambling. And when she's not experiencing that, she doesn't have any way of feeling happy, and that's why she's fallen into this trap. So really, hopefully him at least even bringing this up with her is enough for her to really rewire how she thinks about it and get some help.
And everything associated with it. The lights flashing, the sound, the smell in the casino gives you a feeling of well-being.
And it's not even just the slot machines, it's the whole environment. She works here, she lives here practically. When she walks in, I'm sure the smell, like he said, and just the sounds and the lights and everything is meant to draw you in and keep you there. That's why casinos are so sketchy to me, and I just don't get why people can gamble their whole lives away. But I mean, everyone has their own vices and ways of dealing with things. In order to wrap this up, I'm not gonna show the clip because they have this really loud, obnoxious background music, but this lady sent in a clip after being on Dr. Phil's show. It's been a couple months since the filming, and she says that she is actually 60 days free of gambling, and she took Dr. Phil's advice. He actually told her to go into the casino herself and self-ban herself from that casino. I don't know how that works when you work there, but maybe she's gotten a new job. But she says that she went in there and had them ban her so that she cannot come in. That's the only foolproof way she can control herself from gambling, and she has now found new hobbies, and she quit smoking. So it seems like what Dr. Phil told her really resonated with her, and I love a happy ending. We don't really get those often, or endings in general. I mean, it's hard to find what has happened to these people after the show. So I'm glad Dr. Phil uploaded this clip. Like I said, I can't really show any of it, but she is very happy, and she looks like she is just experiencing life at a whole nother level now. So hopefully she continues on that streak. I'm very happy for her. Quite the wholesome ending. Let me know what you guys thought of this lady down in the comments below. And remember, the house always wins. If you're going to a casino, go have some good food, hang out with friends, but don't really do much gambling. It never ends well, at least in my experience. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then, peace out.